Sun Tzu, the ancient Chinese military strategist, philosopher, and author, is widely recognized for his profound insights into warfare and human nature. His most celebrated work, The Art of War, remains one of the most influential military treatises ever written, even though it was composed more than 2,500 years ago. The wisdom and strategies presented in this work are not only applicable to warfare, but also extend into politics, business, and personal development. To understand how Sun Tzu became one of the greatest military generals in Chinese history, we must delve into his life, his philosophy, and his enduring legacy. Early life and historical context. Sun Tzu, whose original name was Sun Wu, was born during the late spring and autumn period of Chinese history. This era was marked by constant warfare between various Chinese states vying for dominance. The political landscape was chaotic, with shifting alliances, betrayals, and frequent battles. It was within this turbulent backdrop that Sun Tzu's military genius began to develop. From an early age, Sun Tzu exhibited a keen understanding of strategy and tactics. He studied the history of war, observing how battles were won and lost. The constant state of conflict in China provided ample material for his studies, and it became evident to him that victory in war was not solely dependent on the size of the army or the strength of weapons. Instead, victory depended on the mind, the ability to outthink and outmaneuver one's enemy. The Art of War. Foundational principles. The Art of War reflects Sun Tzu's core philosophy about conflict and strategy. One of his most famous principles is the idea of appearing weak when you are strong, and strong when you are weak. This concept highlights the importance of deception in warfare. A commander should never reveal his true strength or intentions, but rather should confuse and mislead the enemy. By doing so, a smaller or weaker force could overcome a larger, more powerful adversary. Another key idea in Sun Tzu's philosophy is the importance of understanding both the enemy and oneself. He famously wrote, "If you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles." For Sun Tzu, self-awareness and intelligence were as crucial as physical strength. Sun Tzu also stressed the importance of adaptability in warfare. He believed that rigid plans often led to defeat because the conditions of battle are constantly changing. Instead, a successful commander must remain flexible and be able to adjust his tactics based on the evolving situation. In the midst of chaos, there is also opportunity, he wrote, emphasizing that even in the most desperate situations, there are paths to victory for those who can see and seize them. Military campaigns and legacy under Sun Tzu's leadership, the state of Wu achieved a series of remarkable military victories. One of the most significant campaigns was the defeat of the powerful state of Chu, a rival kingdom that had long been a dominant force in the region. Sun Tzu's strategies of surprise attacks, deception, and psychological warfare allowed the smaller, less powerful state of Wu to overcome Chu, cementing his reputation as a master strategist. In his later years, Sun Tzu retired from active military service and focused on writing The Art of War. The treatise, composed of 13 chapters, each dealing with a different aspect of warfare, encapsulates the wisdom he had accumulated throughout his career. Though much of the text focuses on tactics and strategy, it also reflects Sun Tzu's deep understanding of human nature, leadership, and the psychology of conflict. Sun Tzu's enduring legacy. Sun Tzu's influence has transcended time and geography. His teachings have been studied and revered by military leaders, scholars, and thinkers across the world. During the 20th century, the art of war was studied by military commanders in both world wars, as well as by leaders during the Cold War. Its principles of strategy, deception, and psychological warfare have been incorporated into modern military training and continue to shape military doctrines around the globe. Conclusion. Sun Tzu's legacy as one of the greatest military generals and strategists in history is firmly established. His insights into warfare, leadership, and human behavior have stood the test of time, influencing generations of leaders across diverse fields. The art of war remains a timeless guide to understanding conflict, whether on the battlefield, in the boardroom, or in everyday life. Sun Tzu's brilliance lay not just in his ability to win battles, but in his profound understanding of the nature of conflict itself and his ability to teach others how to navigate it with wisdom and grace. His teachings remind us that true victory is achieved not through brute force, but through careful planning, adaptability, and a deep understanding of both oneself and one's adversary.